In my quest to update and redesign our 150-year-old Dutch farmhouse, I am turning this very plain and empty guest bedroom into our master bedroom. I have already shared with you how I painted a leafy pattern on one of the walls, creating a feature wall, and I got 2 old wooden nightstands off of Marketplace and flipped them to look like this. In today's video, I will be finishing the entire bedroom makeover so we can finally sleep here. So I've already gotten started. Let me show you. I have already stained this headboard situation. This is going to be up against that white bit of wall right there where I didn't paint, and I don't like it. I don't like the color because, as you can see, it's almost the same color as the floor, and that is not exactly what I had in mind. In fact, I would prefer it to be more like those beams up there. So that's a lot darker actually. So I got another stain that I'm going to try and cover it with. The color that I use now is walnut. It's a color that I use very often. I'm going to cover it with a color with the name that I cannot pronounce, but it's darker. And I'm gonna see if that maybe gives me the result that I had in mind. Right, so I have 2 colors. I have the original one, the one that I've used now, and the one that I use like everywhere. I figured I could do another layer of this, see if it darkens up, but I also have this one, and this is a lot darker. I think that this is what we want to use to like actually see that dark color from the beams as well. So I'm just going to try the darker one first because I'm impatient that way, and if I'm satisfied with that one, ow! I have cut myself on a can of pineapple slices, and I've stabbed myself with a screwdriver. I have no words. Let's try that again. I did it. I do not remember what I was saying. Let me show you why you should always stir any can of paint or stain that you got. I got this can yesterday, but look. Do you see how it has different colors already? Really want to make sure that you stir it really well. I'm just going to grab one of these boards. I'm just going to try some on the end. So that did almost nothing. I thought this was a dark color. Okay, so this is also the reason that I actually rolled on the first layer of stain instead of wiping it on with a paper towel or a rag, because that usually makes a very light version of the stain, obviously, and I am actually rolling it on to try and get as much on there as I can. So I'm just gonna try that with this darker stain, see if that does anything. Much better. Okay, this is looking a lot better. I'm just going to let it dry and see how it looks in about an hour. So while that is drying, I thought I would share with you my plan for this little corner here. These doors are, well, they're fine, but they're a little bit boring. And downstairs, we have really pretty trim around all the doors. I kind of want to add that here as well, so I'm going to try and find something that looks like it. But I also wanted to paint them, because in my head, the doors downstairs are lighter of color, so I matched the color from the doors downstairs. I also really like the contrast of those doors with the wall color, and this is the same wall color. However, I am starting to doubt a little bit. This could already be that color. I'm gonna go and try a little bit on the trim just to test it out, see if it is the same color or not. So I am testing it out on the trim and not on the door, because I'm trying to avoid a mistake that I made in the past, where I have painted a really big square on the door only to decide to leave the door as it was, which means now I have to sand down that entire door and paint it in the original color. Which I haven't done yet. So in my hallway downstairs, there's a door with a different color square on it. Very dumb. Don't do that. Okay, so that did not take me an hour to decide. It is already dry enough to touch anyway, and dry enough to tell that I really like this. This is looking a lot better and a lot more like those beams. Let me show you. See, it's kind of the same brownish color. Obviously this is very old and this is not. So we're gonna go with the I don't know, I can't pronounce that name, but we're gonna go with the darker stain.
let's have a conversation. Find the words to tell me how you're feeling.
So I thought that I had enough wood in my leftover scrap wood pile, but I did not. So I have to go to the hardware store to get wood for the frame and also the wood for the top shelf. It's also getting a little dark now, so I'm actually gonna call it a day. And then tomorrow morning I'm gonna go to the hardware store and get what I need, and then I'll be back. So I'll see you then. It actually fit in my car. I'm a little surprised. I was expecting to having to drive back with the trunk open. But apparently, 3-meter boards fit in my car. And the trunk is closed. So, yay for me.
Talking bullshit. It's hard to see you when your eyes look dull.
I am making a really big headboard that also serves as a radiator cover. Now, there are a lot of cute elements in this room. There is the pattern on the wall and the ornate frames, and I kind of want to balance that with wooden accents. So I am building this behind the bed. And the front of this structure is simply a row of pine boards that I have attached to another long piece of wood. And I actually used something that I literally found on the floor as a spacer to make sure that every board has the same space between them. And then I created legs or a sort of frame for the back with the idea that I could remove the entire structure if I ever wanted to reach the radiator behind it. Now, it turned out that the front was actually too heavy and the whole thing would topple over, so I did end up securing it to the wall, and then I actually made the side and the top removable instead. Now, the top shelf are just 2 long boards that I've attached to each other with pieces of wood. Now, the reason that the front of the structure is raised off of the floor a little bit is because the boards that I used were actually too short and I wanted everything to be a bit higher. So I am simply using another piece of wood to cover up the hole at the bottom. Once I had finally finished that thing, I could move back to the doors. Now, it was a little bit hard to see on camera, but the color that I tested out was indeed a little bit lighter than the original color, so I'm going ahead with that one. But first I'll have to remove all the old trim and replace it with the new ones, which look like this.
There's a lot of colors, I don't know where to go. See a lot of colors, only feeling blue. There's a lot of colors, lost within a haze. Don't rely on others to get you through the maze. The dreams are not the same for me. Standing by the shore while you're on the open sea, cannot take this anymore.
The weather is really weird this week. I was wearing a t-shirt yesterday. Now it's freezing. I'm wearing a sweater. Later today it's going to be quite warm, so I'll probably change again. Anyway, I finished the headboard / radiator cover thing yesterday, but it was just one of those projects where everything seemed to go wrong. I mean, I got the wrong size boards to start with. Then I made the side, but I miscalculated the angle, so now the angle is weird, or at least there's a bigger gap than I would have wanted. It's just one of those days. I've decided to leave that though, because it's not bothering me. I won't be able to see it from this angle anyway. I'll probably just put something in front of it or something. So, long story short, I did not get to painting the doors yesterday. So I'm gonna do that now. So I've got my sanding block thingy. I did already sand the doors earlier this week, but I did some things to it. Like I filled a hole. There were 2 keyholes, one here and one in the other door that I filled up, so I need to sand that down. And then we can finally start painting.
see. Cannot take this anymore. Cannot take this anymore. Cannot take this anymore.
I went to Ikea and I got curtains for that window right there. And when I was at Ikea, I could not choose. I found these. These are very inexpensive curtains. They are called Hana Lil. Maybe I can show you. And I wasn't quite sure about the color. So I got this one, which is a kind of a taupe-ish color with a purple undertone. I kind of wanted to add some color into this room, but I wasn't quite sure. So I also got the same curtain in a creamy white, a very bright color. So I got started by creating curtain rods because I rarely ever buy curtain rods. I think they are way too expensive. So I actually just get a wooden rod that I stain, and I stained it in the same color as the wood right there. By the way, I figured out how it's pronounced. It's wenge. It's a tree. Which makes a lot of sense now that I look at the word. I'm like, I should have probably known that, but you know. Anyway, I stained those curtain rods and I put them up with simply two hooks that you can screw into the wall. I spray painted them black and that's it. I do have to make something for the ends so that they don't slide out of the hooks when you close and open the curtains, but that's easy fix. So that's my very inexpensive solution for curtain rods. And then I put up this curtain and I just use that system that's on the back where you can put the rod through those threads. And then it was hanging and I didn't like it. I didn't like the color. I thought it looked a little bit cheap even, and I couldn't really tell why. So I took them down and I put up that lighter color that I got as a backup, and those look way better. Do you see how these are too short? Yeah, I could not for the life of me figure out how that happened. And then this morning it suddenly dawned on me. I calculated very carefully that I needed to take off 56 centimeters off of the bottom of these curtains. And so I took everything downstairs, I grabbed my sewing machine, and I took off 65 centimeters. I don't know why. Probably because I was holding my measurement tape upside down. It's very stupid. I did do that very consistently because I also did it on the other one, so that's good. So if anybody ever asks, this is completely intentional. It's a style thing. I love that it's hanging about 10 centimeters off of the ground. Yeah, so the curtains are up. I also put up a light yesterday, and these are also from Ikea, actually. They are the pendant lights. They are very inexpensive, and I got 2 of those light bulbs from there as well. And then I did have, I don't know what they're called, but that cap that you put against the ceiling where the wire comes out, I had one in another room where 2 wires could come out. So I did grab that one, and then I connected the 2 pendant lights in there. So I guess that means I'm done with creating things anyway. We can now move in all the stuff, and the bed and the rug. Oh, I really want to see what the rug looks like in here. So we're gonna do the rug first, definitely. Then we're gonna move in the bed, and then we're gonna style everything, and I'm very curious how it's gonna look when it's all done. So let's go.
All the bad and the hurt. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright. All your life you've tried to be a good man inside. Did everything that you thought you should. Didn't seem to do you any good. I know you've tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you
This is by far the coziest bedroom I've ever had. I'm very excited about it. I think it looks really, really good. It is very warm and cozy, which is exactly what I was going for, so I guess I succeeded there. I hope you enjoyed watching this today, and maybe I have inspired you in any way. If I did, do let me know in the comments because I love hearing from you. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.